you are looking for the cure to like 99% of your problems, then you definitely are gonna wanna watch this video. Let's go ahead and dive in. Hey Soul Surfers, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to the community. We would love to have you join us. And if you'd like to know when new content is posted, you could just click that notification bell and it will notify you when new posts are up. All right, today we are talking about the phrase that cures probably 99% of your problems. 99% of the pain that you're going through and experiencing in life, the struggles. This phrase is so powerful. In fact, I highly recommend you write it on your mirror so you see it every day. And not even on just one mirror, on all the mirrors that you can find in your house. That's what I did. And at first I thought that I would just do the mirrors I look in, but I pretty much done it on all of them, because then if somebody else comes into the house, then they'll know this phrase also. All right, go ahead and get a pen and paper so you can write this down. It's very important. I'll wait. No, it's okay. You probably already have one. You can pause this video if you need to go get a pen and paper. All right, so the phrase is, I am enough. I'll say it again. I am enough. I like saying it. So it feels really good to say it, so I don't mind saying it. I could probably spend the whole video saying it, but I will spare you. So that is the phrase that is so transformative. When you think about the pain and the struggles that you're going through in life, or the times that you felt rejected, what is at the core of that? Think back. You can even think back right now to some experience that you had where you felt rejected, or perhaps something didn't pan out the way that you want it to. And think back to how you felt in that moment and why you might have felt that way. Most of the time, the underlying belief that brought us to that experience is, I am not enough. I am not good enough, which is another version of, I am not worthy. I don't deserve this. And that's because I am not enough. Now, as we know, our thoughts and our beliefs create the reality we see around us. Everything we are experiencing, we have created. And now you might say, Alicia, what are you talking about? I don't think this about myself at all. Well, I didn't even realize that that was a belief I had, because it is an unconscious limiting belief. This is something that I learned going through my healing process and uncovering little by little. And when I discovered that I really did believe this down at the core, even though consciously I didn't feel that way, it was so eye-opening. And it's so interesting because this concept of I am not enough, it rectifies the feeling of not enoughness. If you ever look around in your life, so for example, with me, I used to have a problem with food and eating. I never could get enough. If I was full, I would still eat and continue to eat. It was never enough. I was never satisfied. And I didn't realize the connection with my relationship with food to the belief about myself that I am not enough. So when I felt that I wasn't enough, I kept trying to get enough or feel enough or be enough using outside external factors. So in my instance, I would use food. Sometimes I would use alcohol. Sometimes I would be with other people and want them to love me so much. But no matter what is never enough. Consciously in my mind, I knew that it was enough and it should be enough, but this inkling came in. It's like, why isn't this enough? What is going on? But I never could get to the root of it. And when I discovered this phrase and this unconscious belief, which is quite honestly probably an unconscious belief of most people in the world, it's just amazing. And it helped me understand why things were never enough. Why I could never have enough clothes. I would shop and shop. I had like a huge closet full of clothes and then an extra closet and then totes, because it was never enough. It's so wonderful because now that I know this about myself, I can change this belief to believe that I am enough and know that I am enough. so that I don't need to rely on things outside of myself to find that enoughness or fill the void, as they say. Because when we use outside factors to fill that empty part of ourselves, it's never enough, because we can only fill ourselves up from the inside, and that is to know that we are enough, just as we are now. We always have been enough. We always will be enough. Now, how can you know and make yourself believe that you are enough? There's a lot of different ways. Like I suggested, writing it on your mirrors is a great way. You can set reminders in your phone for certain times of the day to tell yourself I'm enough. You can just affirm it to yourself. I recommend affirming it right when you wake up. You start the day with a good old I am enough. So you can do it so many different ways. You can make it a screensaver. You can create art that says I am enough. You could wear clothes that say I am enough, like literally say I am enough. I mean, you can wear whatever you want and still know that you're enough. But sometimes having the like positive sayings on it, I don't know, it's like spreads the love so that everyone else knows too. Now, if this resonates with you and you're really ready to transform your life and change this unconscious belief so that you know that you're enough and that you deserve everything that you dream of, I made a couple of guided meditations. One is a guided exercise that you can do in front of the mirror. You don't have to do it in front of the mirror, but it's recommended and most effective to do it that way. I'll link that here. I also created another guided meditation that takes you back to an experience where you felt like you weren't enough, and it transforms that experience so that you feel like you were enough and that you know that you are enough. And I'll link that here, and I'll link these all below as well for you. So I recommend, as always with these meditations, to do them for at least 21 days. It's a great way to build a habit and also start setting that foundation, that strong foundation for that new core belief that I am enough. Because soul surfers, you are enough. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. You don't even have to prove yourself to yourself. That's the thing. Sometimes we're trying to prove ourselves to ourselves, and we don't even have to do that. We just have to be our awesome selves, and that is enough. And when we are authentic and living in our authentic truth, it helps others live authentically as well. And when we're all being our authentic selves and living life for ourselves, that's when true harmony will come onto this earth. So give yourself the gift and the time to know that you are enough, either by doing these exercises or doing any of the methods I suggested. There's probably a lot of other ways you can do it as well. It's not limited to the things I suggest. Those are just suggestions. So if you want to get creative with how you're going to do this, absolutely do that. I actually was thinking about writing "You are enough" on my driveway so that everyone who passes by sees, and maybe even writing "I am enough" too, because then it's an affirmation. They can say it to themselves. They know that I know I'm enough. They know that they are enough. And it just spreads the message of self-love, because that's what we do here on this channel. We love self-love. All right, soul surfers, if you're on board for transforming this unconscious limiting belief of I am not enough, go ahead and type in the comments box below, I am enough, because that is already one step closer to knowing you are enough. The more you say it to yourself, the more it will become true, and the more you know you're enough, the more everyone else knows that you are enough as well. Thanks again for joining me today. If you liked what you saw in this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to watch those guided meditations if you feel called or they resonate with you. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.